Some aircraft don't just drop bombs, they shape the balance of global power. They cross continents without landing. They slip past radar screens. They carry enough firepower to end wars or start them. Today, we count down the 5 most powerful bombers ever built. Machines so legendary, they change the very meaning of air dominance. For as long as nations have fought for control of the skies, one question has defined military aviation. Which aircraft can project power the farthest, the fastest, and with the greatest force? From thunderous Cold War giants to silent modern stealth platforms, bomber aircraft have shaped world history from thousands of feet above the ground. What you're about to watch is not just a list. It's a journey through decades of engineering ambition, geopolitical rivalry, and the evolving definition of what makes a bomber powerful. This is the story of the machines that changed warfare forever. For 5. The Tupolev Tu-160 Bear. Few machines in aviation history have a reputation as unmistakable as the Tu-160. With its huge, swept wings and massive contra-rotating propellers, it looks like a relic from a different age. Yet this bomber remains one of the fastest prop-driven aircraft ever built, capable of traveling intercontinental distances with a payload large enough to make any adversary nervous. The Bear first flew in the 1950s, but it has stayed in service for one simple reason: it works. It can cross oceans, circle targets for hours, and carry both conventional and nuclear weapons. And while it may not match the stealth or electronic sophistication of modern American bombers, its endurance and reliability give it a unique kind of power. What makes the Tu-160 truly remarkable is its range. With mid-air refueling, it can practically reach anywhere on Earth. For decades, it has flown patrols along coastlines, shadowed naval fleets, and tested the response times of air defenses all over the world. Its presence in the sky is not stealthy. The Bear is famously loud, but its message is unmistakable. A reminder that long-range nuclear strike capability does not depend on being quiet. It depends on being persistent. Even today, upgraded versions of the Tu-160 carry modern cruise missiles capable of hitting targets over 1,000 kilometers away. The fact that a design so old remains so relevant says everything about its power. The Bear is not just a bomber, it is a symbol of endurance. 4. The Rockwell B-1B Lancer. If the Tu-160 is a symbol of endurance, the B-1B Lancer is a symbol of speed and flexibility. Born from the Cold War's race to stay ahead of radar and missile defenses, the B-1B blends the agility of a fighter jet with the payload capacity of a heavy bomber. With its sleek silhouette, variable sweep wings, and afterburning engines, the B-1B can fly low, fast, and far, a combination few bombers can match. The original B-1A prototype was designed to fly at speeds over Mach 2, but the modern B-1B trades raw top speed for low-level penetration and reduced radar visibility. The result is a bomber that can thread through valleys and hug terrain so closely that radar struggles to track it. During the Cold War, this ability made the B-1B one of the most feared strike aircraft in the world. But its power isn't only in its speed. The B-1B carries one of the largest payloads of any bomber ever built. With 3 internal weapons bays, it can load thousands of pounds of guided and unguided munitions, from precision bombs to long-range cruise missiles. In recent conflicts, the B-1B proved how devastating that capacity can be. It delivered the majority of the munitions dropped in key operations, loitering above battlefields for hours and striking dozens of targets in a single mission. The Lancer is often called the Bone, a nickname born from the abbreviation B-1. It is a machine that represents a specific kind of power: responsiveness, speed, and the ability to deliver massive firepower with precision. Even as modern militaries shift towards stealth, the B-1B remains a cornerstone of strategic and tactical strike operations. It can take off quickly, get where it's needed fast, and unload more ordnance than almost any aircraft in history. In a world that values both flexibility and overwhelming force, the B-1B still earns its place among the giants. For 3. The Tupolev Tu-160 Blackjack. If bombers were judged on size, speed, and presence alone, the Tu-160 might sit at the top of this list. It is, simply put, the largest and fastest supersonic bomber ever built. With its bright white paint that reflects heat, variable sweep wings, and 4 afterburning engines that roar with astonishing power, the Tu-160 is the heavyweight champion of strategic aviation. Where the Tu-95 symbolizes endurance and the B-1B represents agility, the Tu-160 embodies pure brute force. It can fly at more than twice the speed of sound while carrying a payload that rivals the largest bombers ever made. Its range is intercontinental. Its electronics and weapon systems continue to evolve, and its ability to launch long-range cruise missiles gives it striking power far beyond the reach of traditional bombs. The Tu-160 is not a stealth aircraft. It was never meant to be. Instead, its design philosophy is rooted in deterrence. It announces itself with size and speed, delivering the message that no distance is safe from its reach. In many ways, it is the final evolution of a Cold War mindset, a machine designed to carry devastating weapons across oceans at incredible speed without needing to hide. What makes the Blackjack truly impressive is its combination of speed and payload. Most bombers can carry large loads, and some can fly very fast, but almost none can do both. The Tu-160's ability to sprint toward targets or cruise at high altitude makes it a rare hybrid in the bomber world. Only a small number of Tu-160s exist, but each one represents a tremendous concentration of power. Whenever one takes off, it reminds the world that the era of long-range strategic aviation is far from over. The Blackjack may be giant and expensive, but it is also one of the most formidable aircraft to ever lift off a runway. Number 2. The Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. No bomber in history has proven its power longer than the Boeing B-52. First delivered in the 1950s and still flying today, the B-52 has outlived the Cold War, multiple generations of fighter jets, and nearly every aircraft designed to replace it. Its longevity is not an accident. The B-52 is powerful because it is reliable, versatile, and adaptable in ways its designers never imagined. At first glance, the B-52 looks like a relic of early jet aviation. Long, slender wings, 8 engines, and a frame that seems almost too large for its wheels. But its design is genius. Those wings give it tremendous lift, allowing it to carry enormous payloads across vast distances. Its engines, though old by modern standards, sip fuel efficiently. And its large internal and external weapon hardpoints make it one of the most adaptable bombers ever created. What sets the B-52 apart is not just its history, but its future. It continues to receive upgrades that keep it relevant in a world defined by precision warfare. Modern B-52s carry smart bombs, standoff missiles, and advanced electronic warfare systems. They can strike targets thousands of kilometers away without entering enemy airspace. In many operations, one B-52 can deliver more firepower than an entire squadron of smaller jets. The B-52's persistence in service speaks to a deeper kind of power, the strength of a platform that works so well, it becomes nearly impossible to replace. The aircraft has flown in almost every major conflict of the last half-century, from Vietnam to the Middle East. Its engines may be old, but its impact is timeless. Even now, new engines and avionics are planned to keep the B-52 flying into the 2050s. That would give it a service life of nearly a century, an achievement unmatched by any bomber or military aircraft in history. The Stratofortress is not just a bomber, it is a living timeline of aviation technology and strategic power. Number 1. The Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit. At the top of the list stands a machine unlike any other, the B-2 Spirit. While other bombers rely on speed, altitude, or sheer size, the B-2's power comes from something far more elusive: invisibility. Its flying wing shape, radar-absorbent materials, and carefully engineered surfaces make it almost impossible to detect. In a world where being seen can mean being destroyed, the B-2's ability to disappear is its greatest weapon. The B-2 is the first bomber that truly changed the rules of warfare. Instead of fighting its way through defenses, it avoids them altogether. It can slip past radar networks, glide through hostile airspace, and deliver precision strikes before enemies even know it is there. It carried this capability into the conflicts of the modern era, proving that stealth is not just a feature, it is a strategic revolution. But the B-2's power goes beyond its stealth. Its flying wing design gives it tremendous aerodynamic efficiency. It carries a large payload, including the most advanced guided weapons in the world, and it can travel thousands of kilometers on long-duration missions that test both machine and crew. On several occasions, B-2s have flown from the United States to distant parts of the world, struck their targets, and returned home without refueling on foreign soil. These missions demonstrate a level of reach and precision unmatched by any bomber before it. What makes the B-2 the most powerful bomber in the world is not simply its ability to attack. It is its ability to shape strategy without firing a shot. The knowledge that a nearly invisible aircraft could appear over any location at any time forces adversaries to rethink how they defend their most critical assets. It creates uncertainty, and uncertainty is a powerful deterrent. The B-2's dominance will eventually be shared with the next generation of stealth bombers, but its legacy is already secure. It redefined what a bomber could be: not loud, not fast, not massive, but unseen. The B-2 is the embodiment of modern air power: quiet, precise, and unmatched. Across decades of innovation, from massive prop-driven giants to silent flying wings, bombers have evolved into some of the most formidable machines humanity has ever built. Each aircraft on this list reflects the fears, ambitions, and technological dreams of the era that created it. They were built not only to project strength, but to deter conflict by making its cost unthinkable. The Tu-95 shows the power of endurance. The B-1B shows the power of speed and flexibility. The Tu-160 shows the power of sheer size and force. The B-52 shows the power of a design built to last forever. And the B-2 shows the power of invisibility, a new kind of strength for a new age. These machines are the giants of the skies. They fly not only with engines and wings, but with decades of history and the weight of nations behind them. They remind us that engineering can shape the course of geopolitics, and that flight, in all its forms, remains one of humanity's most transformative achievements. As technology marches forward, new bombers will emerge. Some will be unmanned. Some will blend stealth with hypersonic speeds. Some may even operate in space. But they will all carry within them the lessons learned from these legendary aircraft, the 5 most powerful bombers the world has ever known. Because in the story of aviation, power is never just about the past. It is about what comes next. And the skies are still wide open. These 5 bombers didn't just dominate the skies, they defined entire eras of military strategy. And as new technologies rise, stealth, drones, hypersonic weapons, the next generation of bombers may rewrite the rules once again. If you enjoyed this look into the world's most powerful strike aircraft, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us which legendary machine you want us to cover next. The sky has always been a battlefield, and its future is only getting more intense